shop manager, Madness Auto Works, Texas, and today I'm going to show you how to install the MAXFlow intake on the Alfa Stelvio. It's the same installation on the Alfa Giulia. This is the carbon fiber MAXFlow intake box for the Alfa Stelvio and Giulia. It's the same installation on the Alfa Giulia. It incorporates a very high quality filter made by BMC. Okay, the first step is to remove this elbow here that goes into the turbo. You take a 7mm wrench socket, take a 7mm socket wrench, and loosen both hose clamps. You're going to want to pinch this hose off, pull that hose. And there's two underneath. You just push in on the tabs and they pull straight down. And then your elbow is right off. The next step is to remove the mass airflow sensor. You unclip the red locking pin and push down to release it. Next step is take a 4mm Allen and loosen the two bolts that hold the mass airflow sensor on. The next step is to remove the top half of the airbox. A 7mm socket, and there's 4 screws. You don't have to pull them all the way out. Just loosen them. And the top half of the airbox comes out just like that. And take a 10mm socket and remove the hold down bolt that holds the lower airbox portion on. The next step is to pull the lower airbox piece out. It pulls straight out. Now we're ready to install the MAXFlow intake box. Take the side cover off. Got 4 bolts. Careful, it is carbon fiber, you don't want to drop it. Now you're ready to install the big piece. So what I do is I place it in the car, in the engine compartment, where it's supposed to go, I close. Then I reach through the box and I grab the tube, the intake tube that goes into the box. I grab that and I center it in the hole, and then I pull it back and push it down into the 2 grommets that hold the stock box in. One thing on the Stelvio, it's got an extra little bracket here that the Giulia does not. So what we've done is we add a little piece of rubber, a little rubber strip right here, just to keep the box, you know, if there ever was to bump up against that, is to scratch it. Now I'm ready to install my mass airflow sensor and my BMC filter. Take your side plate and you put it through the mass airflow sensor. Okay? And then you take your BMC filter and put it right here. Just like that. Now what you're going to do is clock the mass airflow sensor to the plug. So what you want to do is put the BMC filter and the mass airflow sensor in the box and make sure that you got a good contact to your plug. Then pull it out, and you need to tighten the hose clamp. Okay. Now you're ready to install this piece in the box. And take your Allen bolts, put them back in the box. There's 4 of them. I always start them by hand. And then once you get them all started by hand, what you'll do is just take a 5mm Allen wrench or socket and tighten them up snug, not too tight. And now you're ready to reinstall your elbow. Just slide it onto your airbox first, your mass airflow sensor. Give this a little push. There you go. Clicks into place. Then slide it on your turbo. Now you can slide all your connectors back on. There's that one. It'll click and lock. There you go. Lock into place. The two on the bottom, they'll click as well. Click, click. There you go. And then you slide. This one go. Now you tighten your two hose clamps. They're a 7mm. I like to hide them. I just think it's a cleaner install when they're kind of hidden from like the view. If you open your hood and showing off the airbox, you don't see the bulb. And the same thing with the turbo. Okay, you're done. That is how you install the MAXFlow intake box on the Alfa Giulia and Stelvio. Any questions, please call or reach out to us online.